You're watching News First. Up next is Action TV.
On the 18th of last month, Action TV revealed the manner in which the Auditor General's Department swept under the carpet a report compiled by an investigation committee appointed by the Auditor General to inquire about the general audit carried out on the National Water Supply and Drainage Board from 1996 to 2006. Former Auditor General P.A. Premathilaka appointed this investigation committee in 2007 after the chairman of the Water Supply and Drainage Board informed in writing that the state auditors had failed to uncover a 240 million rupee embezzlement that had taken place at the Water Supply and Drainage Board. The fact that the report compiled by the two-member investigation committee appointed by former Auditor General P.A. Premathilaka was handed over to his successor S. Swarnajyothi on the 23rd of December 2008 was also revealed by Action TV. The report handed over to S. Swarnajyothi states that if the Auditor General's Department had taken preemptive measures with regard to the 240 million rupee embezzlement, then it could have prevented more than 100 million rupees from being embezzled. However, the present Auditor General refused to take responsibility for the report compiled by the investigative committee, which also recommends the action that should be taken against those found responsible for this shortcoming. This says that the report was handed over to former Auditor General Swarnajyothi on the 23rd of December 2008. This is the investigative report. After this, he was in office for another year and 9 months. If I took over immediately after, then I have to answer for this. Although S. Swarnajyothi retired as the Auditor General, he continues to serve as a director for a capacity building project at the Auditor General's Department that is initiated with funds from the World Bank. His successor, H.A.S. Samaravira, who refused to take responsibility for the report of the investigation committee, raised another point.
ඔහුගේ අනුප්‍රාප්තිකයා ලෙස විගණකාධිපති ධූරය හොබවන H.A.S. සමරවීර මහතා අදාළ පරීක්ෂණ වාර්තාව සම්බන්ධයෙන් වගකීම බාර නොගනිමින් මෙවැනි කරුණක්ද ඉස්මතු කරනවා.
ඔය වෙලා තියෙන මාදුන මහත්තයා කාලේනේ. ඒජී කාලේනේ නේ. ඒගොල්ලොත් වා කියන්නේ නෑ. එහෙම කියන්න එපා. අපි මේ අහකින් මම පටලන්න එපා. එහෙමලා ඒගොල්ලොත් එක්ක පටලන්න එතන.
The relevant investigation is carried out on the duties of an audit examiner who was in charge of the audit conducted on the Water Supply and Drainage Board and his supervising officers who are known as audit superintendents. The present Auditor General is incidentally one of these audit superintendents. The report states that these audit superintendents had not followed the Sri Lanka audit standards when conducting the audit at the Water Supply and Drainage Board. The investigation committee appointed by former Auditor General P.A. Premathilaka, comprising of two Deputy Auditor Generals, namely W.D. Hemaratna and W.M. Vijaypala.
පරීක්ෂණ කමිටුව සම්පූර්ණයෙන් මම ඔක ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරනවා. මොකද හේතුව මම දැන් කියන්නම් ඔය හේමරත් මහත්මයා සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම මම පැහැදිලිව කියන්නම්.
I completely reject this. I will tell you why. There was a conflict between Hemaratna and former Auditor General Premathilaka. This is a statement that has been made on the basis of a personal vendetta.
ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තියෙනවා. සම්පූර්ණ මේ පෞද්ගලික චේතනාවෙන් කරලා තියෙන ওই ප්‍රකාශය. ඔය ඔබතුමාලා දන්නේ නැති කරුණක් ඔතන තියෙනවා.
Suwan joins us now with the very latest from the cricketing world and also the rugby world. Suwan, over to you.
Thanks, Shane. Starting off with cricket, Sri Lankan spinner Suraj Randev says that the second test match against England, which will commence on Tuesday, will not pose a challenge to the team. He expressed this view when the team took to the nets for a practice session today.
The Sri Lankan cricket team were engaged in a practice session today ahead of the second test match against England.
මම හිතන්නේ හැ ලොකු අභියෝගයක් තියෙනවා කියලා මොකද අපි දැනටත් අපි එංගලන්ත කණ්ඩායමේ තරඟයක්
I don't think we will have a challenge because we are ahead after we defeated England in the first game. The team spirit is high. We hope to sharpen our skills as bowlers, fielders and batsmen with the experience we gained in the previous match. I think we will be able to win this game if we identify the aspects that needs improvement and improve them.
දිනුර වෙලා අපි උපරිමයේ දායකත්වය ලබා දුන්නොත් මම හිතන්නේ අපිට මේ තරඟය ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න ලොකු අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා.
The England cricket team too was seen at the nets today practicing ahead of the second test match. England cricketer Jonathan Trott had this to say.
We've seen over when we've won test matches, we've scored big runs. You know, it's obviously a common factor in winning test matches. So, you know, our thoughts are no different. We still want to go out there and put big innings totals in the first innings, obviously, but we haven't been able to do that. in the last couple of games in the UAE and here. So we're no different as a team. We haven't changed our way of playing. It just hasn't worked out for us. It's not through a lack of effort, I don't think, on any part. The bowlers have done magnificently. It's our job now as the batting unit to complement them and put together a winning sort of combination.
It's now time for the bitter truth. On Friday night, a group of officials from the Sri Lanka School Cricket Association accompanied an under-15 school cricket team to Malaysia, stating that they were travelling overseas for a triangular cricket tournament. However, approval from the Ministry of Education was not obtained for the tour until 4 that evening. A sum of 78,000 rupees was also obtained from each player by violating the circulars of the Ministry of Education. Some associations organize a group of wealthy children and then the chairman or secretary of those bodies accompanied them to a so-called tournament. There is a question mark if they don't inform about who is in the selection committee and the selection process that is adopted. Money cannot be collected from children without the approval of the Ministry of Education. What has happened here is wrong. Vice Chairman of Sri Lanka Cricket, K. Madhiwana, stated that he expressed his direct objections regarding this cricket tour to the Minister of Education. Manager for school cricket at Sri Lanka Cricket, Carlton Bernardes, noted that approval for the tour was obtained from the Deputy Minister of Education, Vijit Wijemunisoisa, at the last minute. What was the hidden agenda of using a Deputy Minister to obtain and receive approval for an overseas tour by violating the hierarchy of an institution? The fact that overseas tours for school cricket teams have turned into a scam is now surfacing. According to this letter, it was the former secretary of the Sri Lanka School Cricket Association, MTA Rao, who had initially informed the Minister of Education about this overseas tour. When we made inquiries from MTA Rao regarding the true aim of the tour, he said that since he is no longer a member of the association, inquiries should be made from the present secretary. However, the present secretary of the association, Dilshan De Silva, refused to comment, stating that he will be taking up office in his new position today. If someone is attempting to evade responsibility by citing various reasons, it is a wrong not only in the eyes of the law, but also according to the principles of natural justice. Such people are not suitable to hold any administrative positions. How did these officials have the guts to participate in such an overseas tour by exceeding the authority of the director of school sports and the parent organization? Who spend money for these officials to enjoy vacations or shopping sprees by using school children as scapegoats? Sports First will keep a close watch on the stance taken by officials on this issue.
Well, with just under a week to go for the finals of Yes Superstar Season 2, Entertainment First caught up with two of the judges of this season's show to find out their thoughts on the competition and the Yes Superstar experience. The finals of Yes Superstar Season 2 will be held on the 7th of this month.
The reason I took part as one of the judges for the Yes Superstar was because I wanted to give back to the industry. Even though I've been in the industry for a few years, I know I've gained so much from this industry and I wanted to give back. And it has been a learning curve for me. Every time an artist performs on that stage, it was a learning curve for me. And also to give them tips on what I had learned in the past.
It's good that Yes FM and MTV help, build this platform for them. We never had this, lucky times during our days. So I've been enjoying watching them and hearing them and making decisions for them and filtering them up. And it's great, good feeling.
Well, there you go. That's a look at your primetime news bulletin for tonight. Of course, don't forget to log on to www.newsfirst.lk for the very latest on the world around you. Hope you have a brilliant week ahead. Good night.